Hello and welcome to another New World video. This video is a dye guide and farming route for Brown Pigment, which is located in Weaver's Fen. There is also 12 tier 3 chests to be gathered, lots of iron ore, and plenty of fire modes. We will review all things dye, as well as what is the best route/routes to gather these resources. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this color pigment farming guide. What are dyes used for? Dyes are a color variant for your armor. They make your armor look interesting. Now, one thing to note is dyes do not apply to skins from the store. Dyes only work on the original armor piece. Hopefully this will be changed by Amazon down the road. However, there are 4 different slots when coloring your armor. These options are primary, secondary, accent, and tint. How to make a dye. In New World, the dye crafting system is located in the kitchen. So once you've made your way to a hamlet, go to the kitchen, open up the menu, and scroll down until you reach the dyes. Now there are 3 things to consider before crafting. The first being, what is the tier of kitchen you're working with? Second, what's your cooking level? And third, do you have the resources? These factors determine what dyes you can create. Now, as you probably noticed, it takes more than just one type of pigment to make a specific color. Now, if you have the required materials, go ahead and craft a dye. How to equip a dye. So now you know what dyes are used for and how to make a dye. So finally, how do we equip these dyes? Well, first, open your inventory and select the gear piece you would like to dye by right-clicking on the gear piece and selecting dye. This will open up the dye equipment armor menu. You will now see the 4 slots of dye we talked about earlier: primary, secondary, accent, and tint. Now take note that not every gear piece has all 4 slots. So what I recommend is go ahead and click the drop down and then select the dye, and it will give you a preview of what it would look like. Now play around with this, have some fun, check out what the tint does, check out what the accent and the secondary, the primary, have some fun, and of course leave in the comments what you're rocking. That way some other people can try some fresh new looks and setups. Right, let's get into the route here. So taking a look at the map, you're going to want to start at Weaver's Fen Hamlet and go ahead and follow the arrows that I've outlined on the map. There is a lot of tier 3 chests on the way, iron nodes, fire modes, so stay tuned, follow along, I walk you through that, and of course, in no time, you'll be on your way to farming that sweet brown pigment. Okay, here we are at the first brown pigment Prisma Bloom node. Go ahead and collect this and carry on to number 2. Hello there, node number 2. Go ahead and collect and move on. Alright, so this one can be actually very tricky to find. It's kind of glitched into the ground, so it makes you come to exactly where I'm at. There is also a lot of iron veins up here. Alright, as I mentioned previously, there's a lot of tier 3 supply stockpiles. Go ahead and collect those. They're going to be scattered throughout this village, and I show you exactly where they're at on this route. There's also a little bit of PvP that happens. I killed Lobby level 39 just for fun. I'm leveling up my sword, so no big deal. Carry on. Okay, and here we are at the next Brown Pigment Prisma Bloom. Go ahead and collect this. There is a few more chests around here to be collected. So go ahead and grab this pigment. There's quite a few more chests, like I said. Grab those, carry on, and we'll continue on with the route. Okay, and here we are at the next Prisma Bloom node. Go ahead and collect your brown pigment. There is a chest over the waterfall that will stop in between. Excellent. Here we are at the next Prisma Bloom node. Go ahead and collect your brown pigment. And on your way, the next that you want to look for is 2 chests and a provisions crate. Alright, so far so good. Go ahead and collect this brown pigment. You've got a lot of chests so far, and we're a little over halfway. Carry on. Alright, so after you gather this one, we're actually going to be going into an elite zone. So I recommend a shield. Be very cautious when doing these next chests. Otherwise, just go on to the next pigment. But I would absolutely recommend these elite chests. Okay, so your number one priority is to avoid that crocodile at all costs. Every other ad over here is no big deal. You want to hop right in between this chest, and you want to stand a little bit on the back end of the chest if you can. I pulled the shield out to tank some hits, and I promise you, if you're standing exactly where I was, you will be able to collect that chest. Okay, now if you still have aggro, go ahead and hop up here. That will make it so that your aggro is reset. I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and hop down, but you can see the boss is spawned there. Now the boss for this elite zone only spawns at night. Happens to be nighttime on my server, so I'm not scared. I'm going to be very cautious. You kind of big dick this, so pull out your shield, stand on the back end of the chest, same as always, keep resetting back there, and you'll see if you do it right, the ads will reset, and this is a easy collect. Now, if this feels too hard, just go ahead and skip this one. This one can take a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, I'm telling you, it's a piece of cake. I've already collected this one. Now, you'll see they reset. I wait a second. I look around. No one's reset. I would have plenty of time to go ahead and collect this chest. Alright, and here we are approaching the final Prisma Bloom node on this route. For some reason, I always seem to forget that it spawns in the water. So go to exactly where I'm at on the map. Go ahead and collect the final node on this route and carry on. There is a few more tier 3 supply stockpiles. So collect all 4 of these, and congratulations, you're done with the route. Alright, and this is why I recommend some luck gear. Crazy enough, I was actually able to get the earring, the undertow, that is a rare drop from this ad. So, cheers and good luck to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another farming route. This one was for the Brown Pigment in Weaver's Fen. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to do all that fun YouTube stuff. Drop a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss an upcoming video. And as always, I will see you very soon.